Welcome to this episode of Texas Healthcare Talks, where we talk everything Texas healthcare over the past 25 years. Today, we are filming episode 2 of our Sizzlin' Summer series, where we dive into personal injury in the summer. I have with me today my co-host, the amazing Steve Rios.
Hi, guys.
And the one, the only Philip Ashmore, who couldn't be talked into wearing a bucket hat.
Oh, my gosh.
And I'm
We'll
your
get into that.
host, Missy Masters. Welcome to this very wet and wild episode
Say that.
of our podcast. So we have been talking about personal injury in the summer in Texas. And today we want to talk about the water park wounded and injuries that happen and personal injuries that happen at water parks. So we're going to do some storytelling today, and we're going to do a little bit of trivia today. And I apologize that you guys are a little more Hawaiian festive water park than I am, but I didn't feel like it was appropriate for me to wear a swimming suit on set. At least, we don't have enough viewers yet for me to scare half of them off or more.
I was really curious if I should come in like ready for the beach, shirt off, come in here, flip-flops. I just didn't know if that would offend you guys or if everybody would like it. So
I thought about
chose
getting
to do a
that
shirt.
zinc stuff to put on Steve's nose, the water park.
I just didn't want to make our listeners lust, and so I came dressed. I brought Sharky with me.
Hey, look, I will say this before we get started. I brought this hat with me. When I walked in here, Missy put this
tie-dyed bucket hat that was amazing.
Pink
it was
bucket
purple.
hat.
Purple
Pink
and green.
Purple and
you are colorblind.
I hyped it up.
Yeah.
I hyped it up, and I knew that he was going to just come back and be like, yep, nope, not wearing that.
I went and looked in the mirror, and I was like, it's not happening.
Just wait. We're going to get big enough that I'm going to hire a professional wardrobe person, and you're not going to have a
Let's
choice.
go.
Yeah,
Let's
bring it
go.
on. Okay, so I have a question. Growing up, you guys grew up in Texas. I grew up kind of combination of up north and Texas. Really didn't have a whole lot of water parks up in North Dakota. But did you guys have any favorite water parks to go to when y'all grown up?
Man, whenever I was growing up, the Wet n Wild Garland was still around, which is actually about maybe a mile away from my house where it's at now. But there was a Wet n Wild right there off of 635 and Northwest Highway. And we went there, but the big one, and then they tore it down, like whenever I was probably in the 6th, 7th grade, maybe. And then we went to the one in Arlington next to Six Flags. But there was one right there for a long time.
I didn't know that.
It was the original Geronimo. That was where the first one was.
Oh.
Yeah.
So growing up in Houston, I moved up here when I was 11 or 12. I don't really remember going to water parks in Houston, but when we moved up here, before it was Hurricane Harbor, was it called Wet n Wild?
Wet n
Yeah,
Wild.
Wet n
Okay,
Wild.
so I went when it was Wet n Wild.
Yeah.
And I love doing. It's kind of funny. I'm actually deathly afraid of heights, but I love water parks. I love the slides. Even to get up to like the Geronimo, I can get up there. I just have to hold on to the railing like a little kid.
I've
like
seen
as
it.
I'm going. Yeah.
Yeah, same.
It's a thing. But yeah, we would go to Wet n Wild as
Yeah,
a kid.
and also in Garland, we had this wave pool called Surf and Swim, and they've actually just redone it recently, and they just opened it up in Garland. But it was just a massive wave pool, and then the bell would ring, kids would go crazy. But these waves were like
I love wave
crazy.
pools. Love 'em.
But no, this one was wild. Like we would get inner tubes, we'd rent them, and you'd ride these waves in, and you would take out people.
Love it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was crazy, but now they've tamed them all down.
Well, yeah, because, personal injury.
And actually, this Wet n Wild or the Surf and Swim in Garland actually had some fatalities there.
Ooh.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. Well, 26 years of being in personal injury, we've seen a few water park injuries that we've treated and different things like that. But really, we've only been involved with, I'll say, or touched 2 that were catastrophic in nature and went the whole way to trial. And Phil, I don't know if you want to share any of the stuff around those or...
Yeah, so, I think it's one of those things whenever you show up to a water park or you're going to something like that where there's going to be a lot of people, you kind of assume the risk.
Yeah.
Not that an injury couldn't happen or won't happen, because we've seen it. We've seen them happen, but then we've also seen the flip side on just how hard it is for those attorneys to prove the damages, prove the injury. And I'm sure, I can only imagine, these water parks probably are so protected because they have so many people. I mean, thousands and thousands throughout the summer that come there that they're probably really protected when it comes to these injuries.
Oh yeah, they are. It's hard to prove that it, whatever happened didn't get worse because didn't take good care of yourself after the accident. There's just all sorts of different complicating factors.
I will say that if you do get in some kind of injury at a water park, I think that you still reach out to somebody
Immediately.
and get
Don't wait.
Get
Yeah.
another opinion and get help.
Yeah.
Get help and reach out to us, reach out to them,
Yeah.
and at least get somebody that you can talk to, have an ear.
Oh, and before you leave the park, reach out to somebody while you're still at the park. And the minute it happens,
Sure.
So that's huge, Missy.
Yeah.
If something happens, if you were injured, I mean, obviously you don't know what's going to happen whenever it comes to like how the case is going to work out, but get an incident report filled
pictures,
out the day
pictures,
of.
security camera. And listen, you guys, we're not lawyers. Okay, we're not giving you legal advice. We're just sharing what we've seen on the medical side, people sharing their stories with us over 25 years, things that have come up and made it complicated, waited too long to call an attorney, didn't have good evidence, didn't take care of their injury properly afterwards, so they get blamed. Victim shaming and victim blaming is a thing.
Sure.
There is a lawsuit kind of ongoing right now in another state I was reading about while I was preparing for this episode, where they're literally victim shaming this lady, saying they're calling it the wedgie case, or the wedgie lady, because she went down one of those really steep slides and the water gave her she slammed against the side and it unlocked her legs, because they tell you when you're going down those to keep your legs locked. Unlocked her legs, and the water shot her swimming suit so far up, where she had internal bleeding.
Oh my gosh.
She had to go immediately to the hospital. It was bad, but the media, and I'm sure that's fueled by the insurance company, I'm guessing.
The wedgie lady.
They've kind of named her this
That's terrible.
victim shaming. So it's
Goodness
important
gracious.
you get a good lawyer and get ahead of it. Call somebody before you leave the scene, unless you're taken by ambulance. Just yell at your friend, call my lawyer, something.
Absolutely.
Call Texas Healthcare, they'll help. So
Yep.
it's you got to laugh almost, but at the same time, you got to, be aware. Most often, the things that happen at water parks, you're responsible, you're taking the risk, but there are, in cases of negligence, things to be aware of. So
if you ever get a wedgie that's really
Yes,
bad, an
yes.
atomic wedgie
An
at a water
atomic
park,
wedgie that causes
you call us.
internal.
That's
Actually,
terrible.
That's why we don't see more of them. Like, what are we going to do for internal bleeding?
Yeah.
You're gonna. That's not something we can help with.
We're going to talk about it in a podcast.
yeah, that's about all we can do. It's PSA, guys. PSA. All right, let's play a little water park wounded trivia here.
Oh,
all right?
man, so good at these games.
We'll see who.
I can't
who
wait.
wins.
See if I already
Phil
know
versus
the
Steve,
answers.
okay?
Yeah.
No, he does not. Nobody knows
don't.
the answers. Okay, here we go. Well, I do because I researched them. How many water parks do we currently have in the state of Texas? As of April 2026, found this online
My
last
goodness.
night. How
Oh,
many
boy.
water parks do we currently have in the state of Texas? Closest wins. See, so this is doable, Steve.
I got this. I'm just in DFW, Austin, but it's place is huge.
Texas.
So Texas.
Yeah, Texas.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Oh, this is great.
12.
Keep counting.
Oh my God.
I'd count 13 off the top of my head in Dallas, Fort Worth, Canton, Terrell. Not
Put
Terrell.
him out of his misery.
Okay, listen.
I bet it's 39.
Okay, I was going to say 45.
Oh, you're both so bad at this.
How is it way?
132.
Okay, we're horrible.
30 to
So-
45 of those are considered major. You didn't even get it right on the majors. 30 to 45 are major.
Wow. So say it again, Missy. There's how many? 100?
132.
Wow.
You got to think that there's little bitty pools in parks that are considered water parks.
Yeah, I guess that's
So,
true.
yeah. All right. Second question. You both just lose that one. Nobody gets a
Jeez.
point. Consumer Product Safety Commission estimates that over how many people seek treatment in the ER each year for water park injuries. So this is nationwide. You get hurt at a water park so bad you have to go to the emergency room. How many people?
Nationwide.
2,500.
Go to the ER. Oh, thank you. 2,500. I'm gonna go way higher. Nationwide
I should
ER.
wait for Philip to
Mm-hmm.
answer before I answer mine.
Yeah, you should have.
$1, Bob.
Yeah, right. I didn't say
I'm
you
gonna
could
say.
go over.
I'm gonna say it's over 100,000.
Oh, good Lord.
Let's
you
go.
You both suck at this game.
What is it?
See, that's why we have to give each
Can't
other
wait.
the answers.
What is it?
It's 4,200.
Oh, I was closer.
You were
I was
closer.
closer.
Oh.
But,
Yeah,
but not close.
Well, Philip was way
Listen,
off.
I'm
course.
thinking nationwide. You just told me 100 and something water parks
In Texas.
alone.
But bad
I'm
enough
multiplying
injured.
everything out.
I won that
Bad
one.
enough injured that you had to go to the ER.
I won
So
that
there's
one.
a caveat there. Okay.
I'm thinking stitches.
Yeah, okay. That's like glue.
You
now.
lost.
Super glue it now.
All right, I lost. Okay.
Okay. What are the most common injuries that we see at water parks?
Concussion
I would say cuts.
or
you're-
whiplash.
Again, you're both wrong. So it's injuries that occur from slipping, tripping, or falling because of
Oh,
the water.
slip and falls makes that makes sense.
I really thought you guys would get
And
that.
what Missy
The
left
softball.
out is when they slip and fall, they have a cut.
Well, okay,
So,
but we're getting there.
you know.
We're getting there.
And they hit their head and have a concussion. So
okay,
really,
okay.
we're
got
all
it.
right.
We got it.
Hold on,
We got it.
hold on,
Nailed
hold on.
it.
Okay, so I was researching this, right? And I found dozens of articles written by personal injury attorneys in Texas, all over the nation, talking about water park injuries. And there were 7 most cited types of injuries, okay? So coming from the slips, trips, falls, but also coming from the rides and different things. I want to see if you guys can get those 7. So just give you a point for each one. Yeah, 7. Doing a Friends reference. If you didn't get it, look it up. So just throw them out there. We'll see if we can get all 7.
Okay, so the
So
7
you said-
different types. Obviously, I said cuts, right? We've
Yeah,
already
so
said
you've-
slip,
so you've
slip and
got-
falls.
Yep. So basically, from your slip and fall, they listed broken bones,
yeah,
cuts, those
cuts.
types of things. So that's one.
Okay.
That's a whole category.
Okay.
You said earlier head injury.
injuries.
Okay, so there's 2.
Neck, like whiplash. Would that consider
Yes.
whiplash?
So you got your spinal injuries,
Spinals.
your cuts and
Spinal.
I hate to say this, but from water sides, you've got decapitation, you've got cut
goodness.
body parts that get
Yeah.
like you lose a finger. I
What
mean,
what is it called whenever you're like drowning? Is it asphyxiation?
Asphyxiation.
Oh my
God, we're both messing up. Somebody say it.
Asphyxiation.
asphyxiation.
Nailed it first try.
Yeah,
That's a
well,
tough one.
Is that one?
Yeah, drowning.
Drowning.
Entrapment. Can you
Entrapment.
imagine? Ugh. Yeah. No, thank you.
Entrapment and drowning. Throw those together. That
Yeah.
horrible.
Phil's got new fear now. It's not just heights. It's going to
I
be
think my
entrapment.
hands just started sweating.
You think? What else?
So,
What are we at?
I'll give you
Four?
I've got 3 more.
Is it like one of them a food thing, like choking or?
Close. Well, kind of close. We said food. I was thinking food poisoning, but waterborne illnesses.
That's a thing that they used to say all the time. My grandma used to say that she hated when we go to the water park because people pee in the water and
Yeah.
then you get in the water and it gets
go
in your nose
underwater,
and
it's
then you
all
get
in your
sick.
mouth.
Well, if they have enough chlorine, that should not be an issue. But yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Speaking of the chlorine, chemical leaks.
Chemical, yeah.
That's happened. There
Like a burn too. Like from-
yes, or respiratory. Right now in North Texas, the Keller Natatorium was just shut down because the air wasn't safe to breathe with the chemicals.
Even probably chemical rashes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Oh, my daughter's had a chemical rash at the when you came to see her swim. She was covered in it by the time she left. And the last one, I feel like it's one you're not going to get a lawsuit out of because there's just so much personal responsibility with it. It's concrete burns. You need to wear water shoes. But if
Like,
think
so a
about how
scrape-based-
hot.
Oh, no, from
think
like
how
you're walking.
How hot
the
that
concrete
gets.
and you get blistered like on your
Burn
feet.
your feet because
Yep.
you're standing in line.
What about is not on there sunburned like a
Nope. Again, that's
interesting.
You could get sunburned in your front yard. It has nothing to do with
Yeah.
the water park, so they didn't list it. But okay, here we go. Universal in Orlando. They have a water park called Volcano Bay. It is the 7th busiest water park in the world.
Oh boy.
Okay. In the first 3 years of it being open, how many formal injury claims were made? Just in that first 3 years, there's a lot of problems. This is where the lady with the wedgie. This happened at this Volcano
It's
Bay.
the first
First
3
3
years.
years.
where they were formal injury complaints.
Formal injury
I'm
complaints.
oh, you go first, Phil.
I'm gonna say 50.
I'm gonna go 6,000.
Oh my God, you too. Okay. Oh Lord. Phil's close, 73. There we go.
Oh,
Close without going over. I don't know how
I
you
won.
get.
I won. I didn't go over.
Yeah,
so I
no.
won.
Well,
Yeah.
I went 1,000 each year.
Yeah.
Or I meant 2,000 each year.
That's alarming.
Well, hey, have y'all seen that documentary on Netflix? I believe it is, where it's like the Deadly Water Park, where it had that. There was one of the first ones, and it had like so
Is it in
many
New
deaths.
Jersey?
I believe
I think
so.
yeah, that was I saw that when I was researching in the 80s and 90s.
Yes,
they
it was
finally
like
had
the theme park of death or whatever.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
It was me and Nicole watched it. It's wild.
it's crazy but people they like that. They want the crazy rides. They want the thrills. I personally just makes me nervous. It's like no thanks. I don't want to die this way.
I don't care. I'll do anything.
I'm cool with the
once.
water park
Anything
ones.
So either you've been hurt at a water park ever, or have a water park story, personal water park story?
Yeah, actually, I do.
Were y'all
So,
together? Were y'all?
It's pretty funny. My kids were little, so I was probably in my 30s. My brother and I thought it'd be super fun to take them. What's the water park where they do the ice stuff? You know, the ice.
There's
like
a
the,
water park attached
Gaylord?
to the Gaylord
Is the
Hotel.
Gaylord? Okay,
Yeah.
so we went to that.
Great Wolf Lodge.
No.
No,
It's the
it's
Gaylord
outdoor.
one.
Okay.
So there's a
It's
water
outdoor,
park there,
yeah.
right? And so we're there. We're having a great time with the kids, and they have these like handlebar swings that you hold on to, and then you're supposed to like hold on. It slings you
It's a
forward.
zip line.
Yeah, jump into the water, right? You jump into the water, and I thought I was gonna be cool, and I thought what I would do is do the little handlebar zip line, fly out, and I thought I would like go into a front flip and then a dive. Why I thought I could do that, I don't know.
You don't have the steady hand or the skill set to pull off a maneuver like that.
I thought I had the skill set, and I slammed my head so hard against the wall, dude. I thought I had a concussion.
Oh, I believe you did.
I'm sure I did. I was dazed. Like even that night when I was laying down to go to sleep, hours later, pounding headache.
Yeah, you had a concussion.
I smashed the crap out of
What's
my head.
crazy is I can see you thinking like, I got this. I'm gonna make my kids look at me and be like, Dad is awesome.
I was about to do the
Instead,
dad show
Dad
off.
was like,
Yeah, it was
like
bad.
the cartoons.
Like I needed a minute. Like I couldn't talk to anybody. I couldn't. Yeah, I just needed a minute. So.
I had a story of me getting into an altercation because of my sister at a park, but I just remembered one. I was at Great Wolf Lodge. Now that you said that, I remembered. And you know they have that big bucket. Mm-hmm. Well, we had just got there, and I didn't know that the bucket. Like I didn't know anything. The first time I've seen anything like that. So Nicole tells me to like, hey, come here. And so she gets there, and then she's like, oh, and then she runs off like, hold on, I'll be right back. And so I don't know what's about to happen. So then this water hits me, and I go to like run. Well, this little kid's in front of me, and so like I avoid the kid. And so when I avoid the kid, I just fell and landed on my elbow. I thought I broke my elbow.
Oh.
Of course, Nicole's laughing. My son is laughing, and
That's why you don't run at water parks.
yeah. I mean, I was fine, but
But when you slip like that, and especially with water, you fall so hard and fast.
But it wasn't so much about slipping because of what the ground was like. That ground that's sticky. It was more like me avoiding the kid.
You're like trying to save the kid,
and
not
then I was
take
on.
him out.
It was like so unathletic, and I just landed. Yeah, it was bad. Bad beat. This is a bad beat.
Well, I have a story. It's kind of an embarrassing one, but it is. I don't go to water parks a lot because of this. So back when it was Wet n Wild and I was in high school, my junior year, a group of us went to Wet n Wild. Back when you could go without parents, if you were like 16, could drive yourself there. And we were good kids.
You were with your church group, I assume?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And there was a boy who was a year older than me, and we're friends, still friends, good kid. And we were goofing around at our, you kind of have home base where all your chairs are, and everyone's touching base here. I just gotten back from a ride, and I was not going to go down the straight down side. That is
The Geronimo.
that is a wedgie waiting to happen, and I was not a fan, and I didn't want to do that. So I basically I was saying no, and he's like, yeah, come on. And he went to pick me up and put me over his shoulder. He was going to carry me to the ride. And he was strong enough to do that. I was a lot tinier than I am now at 16 or 17, however old I was. But what he didn't account for was that I'm still wet from getting off a ride. So he grabs the inside of my thigh and throws me up over his shoulder, so my head's behind him. Well, the hand is on bare skin that's wet, and it just goes whoop, right up to my crotch. And like I said, good guy, boldly going where no man had gone before, realizes he now has a handful of my crotch, so he just lets go of me. And I go head over his shoulder and land on the concrete on my head. And that was kind of the last thing I remember was this rattling in my skull, like thunk. And my sister yelling in the background. And then I woke up and there were lifeguards everywhere. And I was like, I'm fine. Like I'm not bleeding. My head's got a little goose egg, but it wasn't bad. It was back here. You couldn't see it. And I was so embarrassed. He was embarrassed, and the lifeguards everywhere, and blew the whistles. Oh my God!
Oh yeah, there was a scene.
Just could have died.
That's awesome.
So then they drag us to the lifeguard station, and they make me call my dad. And so I had to call him. He sounds furious at me that I'm, he's getting a call. That was the big. You didn't, Gen X. You told the line. Your parents they were not happy, and so I will give this kid so much credit. Shout out to you, Jacob. He called my dad and apologized later. And I just remember thinking, you didn't have to do that. Mm-hmm. And my dad still says that was impressive that he called and apologized because it was an honest to God mistake.
Right.
And, like I said, he's a good kid.
I mean, it almost paralyzed you, but I mean, it's
Hey,
honestly.
listen,
dropped you on your head.
Dropped on your head,
you know,
but I mean-
that's what are you going to do? Keep holding on where you're holding on? That's not an option either. So, I mean, I guess it is, but it's not a good option. So that might have gotten.
Shout out to you, Jacob.
But anyway, that is my but see, to the point, like literally knocked unconscious, did not go to ER. So for
Right.
those statistics earlier.
Wow.
But yeah, so we have one more episode of this sizzling summer series. Excited to bring that to you very soon. But we started wondering, do you guys have stories about summer and injuries in Texas that you'd like to share with us? Because we would love to hear them. Would you send your stories to THT, that stands for Texas Healthcare Talks, so THT at gotexashealthcare.com. We would love to read them, and we will even share the ones that are share-worthy. So please bring them on. We'd love to read them. And in the interim, if you or someone you know is hurt in the DFW area, please give us a call. We can help. Y'all have a great one. We'll see you next time.
See y'all next time.
Bye.